Starting up. We're live.
This is always the awkward part
I know,
of
the high,
the
right?
the awkward part of the
Hi.
live video
Hi.
where people are just joining and whatnot. Got Tiffany Young in the building. What's happening?
Hello.
How you
Happy
do-
Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day. What did you do to celebrate?
I am here.
Really?
Releasing Lips on Lips. There's nothing better than releasing your single on Valentine's Day with KIIS FM.
That's so true. How's it been? How have the fans been like receiving it so far?
Oh, the response has been incredible. They love it, and I just love celebrating Valentine's together with my fans. I also had Galentine's Day last night. Now
Oh,
that
you
I think
did?
about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So what did I do for Valentine's Day? Galentine's Day. was
So
my
what
thing
did
yesterday.
you and your girls do?
We got a nice place for the night,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a lot of sugar, a lot of Postmates.
Here in
And-
LA?
Yeah, and we were just watching romantic comedies all night.
Wow. just
Never
you
Been
and-
Kissed. We watched that one last night.
You know, what's the premise of that one? I haven't seen it or heard about it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a Drew Barrymore film, like from the early 2000s, but it's cute. You'll like it. Like, I feel like everybody would like it. It's like a classic rom-com.
That's amazing. So what we're going to do right now is I guess we're going to the listeners and the people from our Facebook Live, they're going to have like a date with you, and I'm just here being the creepy third wheel as they ask their questions and whatnot. Have we had anybody jump on as of yet? Connor?
A lot of people saying hi. A lot of people getting on.
Hello.
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 What are some of the names?
Hey,
So
everyone.
Tiff can say hello.
We have Ashley, Heather.
Hi,
Vic.
Ashley. Hi, Heather. We're accepting questions right now as we sit down and chit-chat. So what can people expect from the EP?
The EP, it's my first U.S. EP, and also I'm touring for the first time in the
Okay.
U.S. with Lips on Lips. It is the theme throughout it and the sound is fairy tale and fantasy through pop. I've always just been inspired by it, and I think everybody needs a little fairy tale in their life where no matter how hard it gets or there are difficult times, you just fight through and get that happily ever after. And Lips on Lips is kind of the way to start off the lead single to this EP. Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting? It's so easy to, I guess, translate that into a movie, but how do you do that with songs? Was it hard?
I didn't think about like creating it in a certain order. I just had the music written, and then I realized I wanted it to be in this like this fairy tale order where it starts off with the other single that I released a couple weeks ago called Born Again, where it's the rebirth and you're finding romance, and it leads to Lips on Lips. But it was a long process of writing different songs and then kind of realizing I get to put it in a fairy tale order.
Right. Do you feel like you get super anxiety ridden when it's release date? How are fans going to react? How's that work for you?
I think everybody does. It's great though, the fact that it feels like the first time all the time, and that you've poured your heart and soul into this. I just hope they love it as much as I spent the time and heart putting it together.
So we got some questions. Jane Valencia says, sorry I can't be long, I gotta go, but I love Lips on Lips, like truly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Someone says, happy Valentine's, Tiffany darling.
Thank you, darling.
Lana says, thanks for sharing your talent.
Thank you for
That's really deep when
I
you get something like that, right?
No, and it's just I've been waiting for this moment where I get to finish a body of work and give it to my fans, and to hear that, it's just the pat on the back or the hug at the end of the day.
Right.
So thank you so much.
Do you ever get in your feels when somebody runs up to you on the street and be like, oh my gosh, blank, 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 like this song like just tore me up and it just saved my life or something like that?
Absolutely. I've been reading and watching reaction videos from the single, and I'm up all night going,
really?
thank you for opening up to me the way I am opening up to you, and I will open up to you guys even more. Thank you so much.
Daisy says, when can we pre-order the physical EP?
Pre-order the physical EP. pretty sure very soon, in a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
It is set to release on the 22nd. I know there's time zones, but keep an eye on it. I will announce
The 22nd, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this name. New Roll?
New rule
Says new merch, please.
New merch, please. Okay, thank you for saying that. I am on it. I'm always trying to, premeditate. So
And see what you can come out with.
So I am working on it. Stay tuned, guys.
Victoria says, which song you want to most perform on the Lips on Lips tour?
Ooh, I all of them are my babies. So
Well, it's the first one, so you're probably protective of all of them, right?
I'm so excited. I want to sing each and every song live. I'm just as excited. I've been rehearsing every single day. I'm excited to share the new music. So I hope you guys like all of them the way I do.
Absolutely. Now, when you say rehearsing, are you in the studio dancing and getting routines down and stuff like that before you kick off the tour and everything?
I'm at a studio rehearsing with a live band, or I go on my own and I'm just like making sure I'm getting all my vocals correct and the levels and just testing things out, how I want to move, how I want to talk. I'm just like imagining each show. I'm like looking up the venues and like the lighting, and now like thinking about costumes. So yeah, I'm just in the studio planning and creating in my brain as well.
You're super invested in it. I love that. Jane says, girl, your EP is going to be fire.
Thank you. Is it Jane? Did you say Jane?
Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Safiqua?
Safiqua.
I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name.
She
says, I love your voice in this EP. It's different different from when you promote with girls in this generation. Do you think so too?
I absolutely think so, because I have really, really focused on.
Thank you.
This is live. This is the beauty of this being live. We're hearing all these noises.
Let's just hope that's not KIIS. That's the off-air alarm.
I am excited. I'm always excited to experiment and grow. I've been taking vocal lessons. I've been just in the studio in front of a mic and just wanting to really get the details of crafting the sound of my vocals as well, as much as a beamer sound.
What do you do when you're crafting and stuff like that?
I listen to a lot of music, and I'm like, do I want to sound like this? Do I want to enunciate like this? I just try. It's like working out. You have to try and then do it every single day, because it also is a muscle memory. So I'll sing the song in like a softer tone, or like a much more louder tone, and see what fits and what feels good, because it's different every setting, whether if it's like an intimate place or if it's like I want to be wild. Yeah, I'm just trying and singing it in front of the mic, behind the mic, in the shower. I'm like,
that shower got that good acoustics.
Yes, the reverb's all in the shower.
Sizwani, I'm sorry. She says, will the album be a K-pop album or American style album?
I'm guessing they're talking about the packaging. I have spent a lot of time with my team. I'd like to say I want to bring both worlds together, but I did spend a lot of time on the design and the packaging and the photos. So maybe it will be reminiscent to the K-pop album. So I'm excited. You guys can tell me. I hope it just becomes this is a very Tiffany style album.
That is so true. That's so true. Okay, someone else says, Lips on Lips is so catchy. Walk to class smiling like a dummy.
You don't have to, you could go, they go, as you're walking to class, and people might jump on and be like, what's that? Can I sing it with you? Yes.
Yeah, put a friend on to this, okay?
Put your friends onto it and you won't feel like a dummy.
I know. You all can be dummies together. Victoria says, I love you, Tiffany. Thank you for your hard working.
Thank you, Victoria.
Let's see.
It's that pat on the back again. Thank you.
Sham says, it's my birthday today. Thank you for releasing Lips on Lips. Ooh, that's a happy birthday present.
Sham. This Valentine's Day has been like Christmas for me.
Really? How come?
I've just been counting down this release. Like, I wanted it to be you know, I'm big on like seasons and holidays and
Mhm.
having a specific song, and I thought it'd be special to share for my fans on this day. And there are birthdays as well, and now the day is here, and it felt like the wait was like Christmas for me.
So it was definitely planned Valentine's Day. When
Yes,
you were
it
creating it, it was like, all right, we're gonna come out, we're gonna put this out
When I
Valentine's
was
Day.
creating it, I didn't. Of course, I wasn't like, I'm gonna make a song for Valentine's Day. But
Mhm.
after I was listening to it, and just like the hopeless romantic element of the song was like, oh, this will be perfect for Valentine's Day.
So hopeless romantic. That is hilarious. Let's see. Meek says, Blonde Tiffany looks so beautiful. Yeah, let her tell you about this story. Go ahead, go.
Thank you. I like to dedicate all of myself, including all strands of my hair for my art, and I wanted to have a dramatic change once again. It was 6 hours a day for 4 days to be this platinum blonde.
So you were literally just in this chair and they were like
They're like,
blonding you up.
mm-hmm. And I didn't know it would take this long, but to get the shade. But this was an art process itself. So
Mhm.
thank you to Glam Team and whoever's doing this. Make sure you stock up on your purple shampoo, everyone.
Do you feel like people have been treating you different since the blonde hair? Do they have more fun? Is that a thing?
It's just hair. It's just hair. I like experimenting, and I like the surprise, the element of surprise. Like right before this one, I cut my hair off. It was a blunt dark bob.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all fun.
Okay.
I like them all equally.
That's so. Lana says you're welcome. Your talent is appreciated.
Thank you.
Kath says, hi Tiffany. Do you plan on releasing the physical version of Lips on Lips EP in Korean style?
Yeah, I think that was the exact same question.
Mm-hmm.
I am spending a lot of time on it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it is an experience in itself, and I hope that it becomes a Tiffany style packaging.
Get that Tiffany style packaging, y'all. Someone said single. How did you write this song with that mindset? With what mindset?
Mindset. I was focused on fantasy and fairy tale. And this is like romanticizing my fairy tale kiss.
Mhm.
And I wanted to, I think it represents my personality, where I take a long time and a lot of emotional build-up, even for something so small or simple, whether it's like a simple gesture or a kiss. And people might be like, you're old-fashioned, but that emotional build-up is real, and it's sacred and intimate, and I hope that everybody enjoys it. And it's like, yeah,
It's like your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Someone says, what hair color do you want to try next? Blonde really suits you.
I'm gonna try to stay blonde for a while, but then I don't know. Yeah,
It may be a different color next week. Well, no. After all that work.
You're right. I'm gonna keep this for a little
Yeah.
bit. I am open to recommendations. I've never had pink hair yet,
Mm-hmm.
and I am open to all these wonderful colors now that I'm this blonde.
blonde,
Yeah,
right.
and you can experiment with all these fun colors, like unicorn colors.
Right. Donna says, how's your collab with Babyface? Which I think, by the way, is massive.
Thank you.
Because you know he's a legend.
He's a legend.
Right.
He is the absolute fairy tale of this EP, I think, this song. He's the master at taking you into a fairy tale
Mm-hmm.
romance love song, and I'm just so happy and honored to be able to work with such an amazing artist and legend producer, and I hope you enjoy it. It's such a special song for me, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
How'd you guys link up?
I mean, obviously everybody is a fan.
Absolutely.
I'm with a wonderful team, and my team, transparent. I told them I love Babyface. I love the Rascals. I would love to create with them. Like, it's my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And we got in the studio, worked on some music for some time, and the result of it was Runaway. So
Nice.
I'm so happy that I got to take the time. We talked about what I wanted to write, what I wanted it to sound like, and got Runaway.
Do you feel like it was not necessarily intimidating because of who he is when you guys were in the studio, like recording and doing things together?
The moment you walk into that studio, it's just
And you're
you
there,
feel
like,
so little. You're like, I am nothing.
Absolutely, not necessarily. I'm nothing, but you respect the craft. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
And I wanted to work just as hard. I was just so happy to be there. That these are all the songs that made me, made everyone, and that I got to be there to create with him. So I was just very, very happy and humbled. And
I'm excited.
Thank you.
That's so legit. Daisy says, will you do any covers during the tour?
Yes, I will. I was also asking. I love sharing new covers all the time on tour, and I was open for recommendations. I'm listening to a lot of music, and I wonder what the fans want to hear. So,
if you have a cover that you want Tiffany to perform, drop
Please
it
let us
below.
know.
Absolutely. And on your
for you right now.
Ooh, that would be so legit.
See who's on this right now first.
Lana says you are truly gifted, such a fan. I guess she wanted to say I'm fangirling out right now.
Oh, thank you so much.
Stephanie says, Tiffany, you are beautiful. OMG, please smile always. It's young ones. Happiness.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Somebody was like, they want a fanny pack in the merch. Listen, okay.
Yes.
We'll put that order in for you.
Fanny packs are a must. I gotta say, they come in handy.
A fanny pack?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like, you can put it on cool. Not really.
I was about to say, I don't want to look like dad at
Yeah.
Disneyland in these fanny packs and whatnot.
I'll make it cool. I'll make it sexy.
Okay, and then you can send one here, so I can rock it over
we
the
can
shoulder.
rock it, yes.
Exactly.
And then go to Disneyland.
Yes. Someone says, have you learned anything new about yourself in the creative process for the EP? It's a great question. I'm going to steal it tonight during the countdown when we're talking.
I realized I am surprisingly very introverted during the creative process.
How come?
I thought I was like very extroverted and like I like everybody to hear, but during the creation process, I like being with my group of just focused people of creating the song or just during that time, and I don't want any distractions. I didn't notice that. I thought I wanted everybody's opinions while
It's like
creating.
tunnel vision.
Yeah,
You're focused.
I guess I do have tunnel vision now, and I didn't know that I was so like, let me finish creating and then really, really let this simmer and be sure before I let anybody hear and get opinions and advice, and I realized I have tunnel vision. I feel like a superhero.
Well, absolutely, because you want to make sure with the product that you put out is on par with what you do. You know what I'm saying?
And from the heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Someone says, I am so sad the LA concert was sold out. Will there be more in the future?
Absolutely. They're all sold out. That's absolutely. I'm mind blown. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see you, and that means there's definitely going to be more.
Absolutely.
Thank
It
you.
shows that people want to do that. Someone says, when do you feel the most inspired to write your songs?
I'm inspired every moment, every second, every day. It's different every time. It can be just me and glam and like thinking about the day before, me listening to a different song, me just walking on the street in the morning to get my coffee and seeing people on their phones,
right.
or it really is anything, or watching a film, or I always have like, I'm a pen and paper type girl, so I always like write out a list of like what I want, what I'm feeling at the time. And if you go back to the notes, you can definitely see how you were feeling just by the way it was written.
Really? Like, because you can tell if you rushed it
like
and wrote it, right?
Or frustrated, or feeling kind of like unmotivated. And it's nice to go back to that pen and paper and see how you were feeling. And everybody should try that.
And that probably turns into something else when you look back, and you can probably
dig into that and then start writing.
Absolutely.
Out of it, yeah.
Izzy says, what would be the best gift you can ever receive? For you to go get this EP? But, okay.
No, that's amazing. That too. My fans are just showing such amazing love that I only want to give back, and to give is to receive, and I learn that all the time from my fans. So, this is the greatest gift right now to do this.
That's amazing. Daisy says, I'm smiling at my screen like a weirdo. And
You're not weird.
my roommates are like, what? And I said, Tiffany, and they knew.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much. You're not a weirdo.
No.
If you turn on the song, they might just start smiling with you.
Well, they automatically knew.
Thank you.
Kath says, Tiffany, I'm doing my thesis right now while watching you live. You inspire me a lot. I've been a fan for 9 years. I'm so proud that you get to release an amazing bops and look forward to your EP.
I hope you finish your thesis.
Yes, 'cause
I
that's
hope
kinda
you're not
important.
procrastinating too much. I hope we inspire you. Thank you so much.
What?
And
I'm just a dusty person reading the
no, we might
the
be distracting.
Oh, well,
Our
no,
tops of fanny packs, rocking fanny packs.
They here for you, not me.
But thank you for being with
Of
me.
course. Helena says, I love your music journey, and your songs just keep on getting better and better.
Thank you. That's so encouraging, especially because I'm like now writing full time, and it's like a new song after another. I still feel very new.
Really?
Releasing my self-written songs.
Right.
I'm still like a little vulnerable and self-conscious at times, but thank you guys so much.
Self-conscious, wow.
Yeah.
Still.
Yes, of course, because I always want to give the best, and I always want to do better, and it's not like a bad self-conscious. It's a I want to always give my all kind of self-conscious awareness, I guess.
Yeah.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
It's like, yeah, self-conscious makes it
No,
sound
we
not
are
good.
definitely going to call this self-awareness. Yes. Ann says, will Lips on Lips have choreography? I like to know how can I dance like they go.
Oh,
part.
they go. I do not have choreography ready, but I can always get ready for choreography because I love to dance. I honestly want to see how this song makes everybody move because it makes everybody move differently, and I love it. For all my friends who heard it, they move differently, and it's just so much fun, and it's different every time. So you guys show me if you have any ideas or if you guys have any good choreography.
They should tag you in some videos.
Yeah, I'd love
Absolutely.
to see that.
All right, we're going to do one more question. Lips on Lips is a bop. Love you, Tiffany. This is from Danielle. We are also proud of you. Which of the unreleased songs on the EP is your favorite?
I would say, I love all of them, but I would say Not Barbie is a very special song to me because it's about a place of finally coming to self and self-acceptance and celebrating your imperfections. And I think everybody can use a little bit more of that. That beauty is being positively true to your mind, body, and soul and nothing else. And I dedicate it to every woman, man, boy, and girl, and beautiful human being who should know that they're loved and beautiful and valued.
That's amazing. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go tonight during the iHeartRadio Top 99, which you're like so excited about.
I'm
on the radio, on KIIS FM.
Yes.
They can watch that tonight on our Instagram at 1027 KIIS FM because we're going to go live again and we're going to talk about more about the album tonight during the countdown and, just other random tidbits we can get out of it.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Super exciting. Tiffany, y'all.
Thank you.